The Allegheny Journal is delighted to speak with Lissete Diaz, who is the lead singer for the Sweet Lizzy Project, who will be performing on Sunday at the Masonic Amphitheatre. Welcome.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
We are amazed at your bio, Lissette. You, in 2017, you came to the United States. You bopped right over to Nashville, and admittedly, isn't the Havana music scene really competitive? So, what makes you think you're so good that you can take on even more competition in Nashville? That's like the most competitive music scene in the entire world.
Well, I think mostly innocence. We were really not thinking about it. We were doing so great in Cuba, um, and we had been together for 4 years when we got that record deal to come to Nashville. But again, we didn't know back then. We didn't know what a record deal was, what a what the music industry was in general. Cuba is a different planet. Let's start there. It's
Really?
really
But
it's its own little universe, the shape of an island, and like you're pretty isolated from the rest of the world. Like I said, we were doing great, but somehow you're like, I'm doing great on what? Like what is this? What am I really doing? Like I'm not like people don't have Spotify in Cuba. So your fans can't really listen to the music you put out there. We didn't have internet.
what? Oh, it was because you didn't have internet?
With
Okay.
no. Oh, so you don't have just two separate issues. Like a lot of different services are not available in Cuba because of, I guess it's political reasons.
Yeah.
But on top of that, 8 years ago we didn't have internet. We didn't have like Instagram, or we have very little access to Facebook. If you went to like for very specific spots in the city, so you can like you could connect to the Wi-Fi and then get some access. But it was not like here. So yeah, we were making music, we were playing a lot of shows, but we thought that definitely coming to Nashville or any other part in the world to work with other musicians to record an album, it was going to be an amazing experience, right? And it was going to be the next step in our career. So that's why we did it. We didn't know how competitive Nashville was or anything. It was no, it was just
Just innocent. Huh? You just happened to find the most competitive place in the
yeah.
world. Well, and so you said an early part of your interest in music had something to do with Anna and Nancy Wilson, maybe of Heart, and Joan Jett, of all the singers and performers. Why those two?
Um.
I think Nancy is just amazing, and Anne as well. That voice, I mean, that's that powerful voice.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. To me, singers are very important to me. Obviously, like
Obviously,
I love singing, but I love listening to singers. And if they're great, like amazing singers, like Anne is. Like I remember being in Cuba, watching shows on like my computer and being like, man, it's just amazing. Like not only her voice, but her voice as a part of an amazing performance with so many incredible musicians and a beautiful place and lights, and the whole show, and being like, feeling so far away from it. Like, oh my God, this is like it's an impossible thing to imagine that in the future, in the near future, actually, I'm gonna get to meet them in person. Like that was not even, it's surreal. It's still surreal for me that that experience happened, with my background, with my personal story. So yeah, no, I didn't imagine, not even my wildest dreams, that
and Joan Jett, another. the few songs I've seen you sing, you're so full of energy, and I'm not saying that's the Cuban upbringing or anything like this, but I mean anybody that comes to your performance is not going to have seen anybody more active than you, more enervated. I mean, what a hoot! I picked up one of your songs. I wanted the public to see just a clip. What is this band? Coming this Sunday, and so I picked up a copy on YouTube of Get Out, and I was watching this, and I said, this person and is just so full of herself. And then I think I heard Miguel Comas, your lead guitarist, previously, and actually I've told a few friends of mine in the music scene, I don't know what you're doing Sunday, but if you want to hear a guy, kick Heine on the guitar, you're going to want to hear this guy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say he's pretty impressive. He is like he's the best I've seen. And I am so lucky that I get to like play with him, and he's also the producer of the band.
Well, how'd you guys get together? And were you neighborhood friends, or how did this all
no,
work out? No.
no. He's the one to blame. He ruined my life. I was doing so great with my as a biochemist. No, not really. So like in my fourth year at the university, I started writing songs, and I had like two songs, and I thought, oh, it would be great to record them. So in the future, my grandkids will be like, oh, what a cool grandma we have. See, she was writing songs and stuff. So through another friend, I met him because oh, this is a producer. He was a full-time musician in Cuba. He had his band. He was working with everybody, and it was like he can help you record these two songs, and then you have them. But when he listened to the songs, it was like, hey, what if we make an album together? Like I also have some songs. I would love to work with you, and that's how it started. We ended up with like those two songs became an album. Of course, we wrote more songs. It was not a short album. We wrote more songs, and then we put this album together, and it was a very atypical album for the Cuban music scene because most of the songs were in English, and then it was kind of like this indie rock kind of music, which was not usual in Cuba. So it got a lot of attention.
You started winning awards, didn't you?
I started what?
You started winning awards, didn't you? I mean, it
Oh
seems
yeah,
to me.
exactly. So
Yeah.
when we were not expecting that. It was only the two of us, and we were getting gig offers. Like, would you like to come here and play? I'm like, we don't have a band. We don't. So we started putting this band together, and it was gonna be like an experiment, sort of like a project, right? Like, oh, let's put these people together and see what we can do, and maybe we'll go out there and make some money, play music. Um, and that's how it started. And here I am,
And here you are.
12 years later.
And you've got gigs all over the place. We looked on your Facebook page, and you're going to be going up. I guess at least some portions of the East Coast. But so you're going to be in the thriving metropolis of Clifton Forge on Sunday. But what's the future look like? I mean, you've got this. I don't know that Get Out, your song, is the latest. You probably have others. But
Yeah, well, it's part of an album.
okay.
We just released that. Actually, this tour is a Objects and Mirrors tour because we just released an album. Objects and Mirrors are closer than they appear. And it's been 2 years since we started working on this album. And it's finally out. We're going on tour. We're getting to play these songs live. So this is now it's a what the future was. I don't know, 2 years ago. We've been so ready to start working on a new album. And it's something different for the band. I feel like our musical journey has changed a little bit, in terms of like the music production and the, the way we write songs. So we were very excited about this album, and it's finally out there. So
Okay, well, I know, hey, I appreciate you taking the time. I was a little tardy on the request for this interview, but I do have one final question. First of all, folks, the Sweet Lizzy Project will be in concert at the historic uh, Masonic Amphitheatre at 7 p.m. this Sunday. But I wanted to ask you, do you have a personal favorite? Now, the band members may have their favorite, but when you're up there, you're so full of energy. You're singing many of the same songs up and down the East Coast, but do you have one that you personally like the most?
that's a tough one. I don't think I have one. And no, I don't know. I don't think I have a favorite song to perform. Um,
Jerry should have asked this before the interview, but you're so you're so full of yourself, and
yeah.
I say, oh, she really likes that one. She really likes that one. But well, whatever.
The
That's
thing
not
is that
critical. We
it,
may yell out one, hey, Lissette, can you do this one for us? But
for me,
um,
it's like I feed off of that energy from the audience. So sometimes my favorite song is their favorite song. When I hear the reaction and I see that they're enjoying the song, it's like, oh, that becomes my favorite song, at least for a while. Like, oh, okay, so I would say there's a song called "How You Like Me Now," and that's been a favorite since the record came out. It was not my favorite when we created it. Like, I like the song, I really like the song, of course, but I was not expecting that kind of reaction. So I don't know. I would say that that's one of the ones that I enjoy the most when we're doing the show live, at least this show.
well, it was. I've enjoyed these few minutes together, and we look forward to you and your band's performance on Sunday. And folks, you're going to have to take my word for it. When I tell you this is an active performer, singer who is hip and sharp with a beautiful voice, with guitars and drumming and the whole 9 yards, this is it. And we sincerely appreciate you taking the time to speak with us this
No,
morning.
thank you, Jerry. Thank you for your time and thank you for all your kind words.
See you soon.
All right, see you soon. Bye.